welcome to Dynamite Delight. Oh, I'm tired. Guys, you have no idea. I filmed so far today. I filmed, now I'm doing AEW. I've done NWA, which you saw this morning to afternoon. I uploaded it. And I've also filmed 2 Gump reports. I'm tired. I just got to say this before I get started on this review. To anyone who's been watching, thank you for watching them at all. I mean, look, anyone who's been to my show, to this podcast that I do, even though it's kind of more of a review or anything. What am I saying? It's a podcast. What it comes down to it is that I normally don't produce this many amounts of videos. I don't. And you guys know the reason why. It's just there's certain points when it hits me, I can't function properly. So a lot of times the videos won't be a great quality and they drop a bit. And there's no lie about it. I can't help it. When you have the anxiety, depression, it happens. But when I don't have it, at least in a high level or at least stressful, you get this. And I'm not saying I'm producing the greatest videos ever produced, but I am producing videos and I'm trying to have fun with it. And you guys seem to be enjoying them. So I thank you. I don't need to, but I want to. Now, after kissing ass, not kissing ass, but you get my point. Thanking you. We got Dynamite Delight, and this is the first night without NXT. Now, I'll say this. I have not really seen NXT. I've seen highlights of it. And I gotta say this about NXT in one respect. From what I've heard, it was a good show. It wasn't spectacular. It was good enough. But when it came to Frankie Money, Monet, that's what it is. Frankly Money, that's what she is. She's Frankly Money. It is Frankie Monet. I don't agree that she had her segment with Gonzalez and then briefly within about 30 seconds, no, actually within 15 seconds, you get who? Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair coming out holding the titles up. Why couldn't she have her segment by herself and show her point? Why did she have to be followed by the 2 champions of both brands? That just undercuts her. That's me. If you think I'm wrong, tell me why about Frankie Monet not getting undercut when she got undercut. Now, what do we get in this show? We got a lot in this show. A lot of matches. A lot. We also get a celebrity in a Mike Tyson, who is now an auxiliary member of the Inner Circle. That's not a bad thing. Now, I want to say this easily before I get to the match itself. If you don't like Mike Tyson being there, think carefully. This is not about getting Mike Tyson over so he can do a boxing match. This is not about his show. This is not about any type of merchandise that he could move. This is about Mike Tyson loving the business and Chris Jericho probably calling him and saying, hey, Mike, you want to do some work with us? You want to come to the Inner Circle and have some fun with us? And sometimes he will come out, maybe. After this, he may still be part of the Inner Circle. He'll be in segments. He'll talk a bit. And he will have his moment. And you know what? That's better than what WWE ever did with him. Because when he was super red hot and he had that moment with Austin, what did the WWE do with him? 0, just a match. They could have had him have more segments. It's not about if he's a good wrestler or if he can talk. Just having his presence means something. Back then, it would have meant so much. Here, yes, it's diminished, but still, it's good to see they're doing something with a real legend in the boxing and WWE time or wrestling time. Now, Pac versus... When you see Rey Fenix and Pac, you see that they should be champion already. You see the Young Bucks. You see them turning heel and being champions already. This is what you kind of get when it comes to Young Bucks versus the Death Triangle. two guys, two groups of guys that they shouldn't have to job to each other. That's what it really feels like. Yes, Death Triangle has not had any ring segments much. They're not doing any promos or anything. But they are the best type of tag team you can have. And I just think they shouldn't have the job here. This should have happened at a pay-per-view. I'm being honest here. If you're pushing Pac and Rey Fenix, wouldn't it have been better to do it at a signature pay-per-view? All Out. That's just me. I'm just saying. Now, mind you, when the match happened, it was quite good. And the thing that I think that some other fans who don't normally like the Bucks may be alright with this match was not that the Bucks' ring work was very fast-paced. I've heard some people who talk about the Bucks, they say they're the best thing to slice bread. And a few others say that they work too fast and whatever they do makes them spot monkeys, which really undercuts whatever true skill they have. In this match, most of it they were slow and methodical and showing off, which will add to their appeal. So most people who didn't like the Bucks because they were way too fast-paced and made their moves mean nothing may say, you know what, the Bucks did a decent job here because they were slower pace. Me personally, I know what the Bucks are. They do spots. In some cases, when they're faces, they try to make it important. In other cases, as heels in this situation, they're more slower, at least in this match, which was fine. Either way, for me, I know what they are. They don't disappoint me. They don't piss me off. They are what they are. But I kind of wish that they didn't have to job, and that is a Death Triangle. I really think they should have jobbed at a pay-per-view. At a pay-per-view. But this is just me, you guys tell me below. Now, we had Rosa, Thunder Rosa. Basically, well, you know what? Before I get to Thunder Rosa, I should cover about what Don talked about and what the Bucks did at one point in the match. Because, one, I almost forgot. And two, I think I should cover it. When the Bucks said, call us. And that was kind of like something that was being spoken about by Don himself, who was at commentary. They were kind of teasing a little bit of Nick Aldis' little teaser of the door is open. Come in. Show me what you can do. That's kind of what they kind of dealt with. And when it came to the in the parking lot and they were talking, they were mainly putting over the Bucks and was mainly showing how the Bucks now understand what's really going on, that they're now the best tag team in the millennium after 2,000 years. They're the best. But it did interest me when they did talk about that little tiny bit about Nick Aldis saying, hey, Nick, I'm just saying. It makes you think. Now, let's talk about Thunder Rosa, because this kind of goes with this. Thunder Rosa is still under NWA. She's now dealing with AEW. I think she does have maybe some contract, well, not a contract with AEW, but she goes maybe show-by-show basis. And she made it very clear. Sunita Deeps is coming back. She must be back almost. She wants the NWA title. She wants the AEW title. She wants them. Makes it very interesting where they're going to go with this. Will they have the match with Thunder Rosa and Sunita Deeps on NWA, and then they'll double it again on AEW? That's going to be a question. Are they now going to finish showing their title on AEW, not talking about NWA? Because if Deeps is back, will she still go on AEW and defend the title, or now is she only exclusively NWA? That's a question that needs to be answered eventually. I'm just saying. I might as well get this over with. We had Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet. Here's the thing, guys. Red Velvet is good. For the years she's been in there, it's not very brief. It's not very long. It's very brief with her. I think she's only been in the business 3 years. 2 or 3 years, I think. I can't remember how many years she's been in the business. I think it's about 2 years, maybe 3. I could be wrong. You guys can tell me below, because I don't know how long she's been in it. But you could see that she's good. She still needs work. She needs polish. But then you see Jade Cargill. And then you see a long match that should not have happened. And you saw the weakness of Jade. She is not ready for long matches. Yes, she looks great. Yes, she's incredibly strong. Yes, she got a body like this. Yes, you want her as your wife or at least your mistress. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, you want that. I'm just saying. But no matter how good she is in the ring when she's practicing, it doesn't matter how good she talks, which she's not that great of a talker right now. She's still very new in the business. You don't do what they did. You had the match longer than 5 minutes. It went through one long ad revenue. In other words, commercial. Then it kept going. I don't know how many minutes it was. Maybe 8 to near 10 minutes. I could be wrong about the time. But it was well beyond 5 minutes. It should have been a squash match. I'm sorry, guys. If you like Jade, and I like Jade, they made a mistake. She is not ready for long matches. No matter how well she's improved, she's not a Kurt Angle. She's not a Chad Gable. She is Jade Cargill. She's an athlete, yes, but she's not ready for long matches. It looked sloppy. It looked choreographed. It looked bad. Yes, there were moments in there that she shined. When she showed her strength. When she could pose for the camera. When she could play to the crowd. But when you're talking about a long match, she's not ready. And it showed. And yes, she won the match. But she shouldn't have had to take so long to do it. She's still not ready for long matches. So I'm hoping someone at AEW will realize she's good, but she's not good enough to do long matches. Please don't do that. If she's got to have a long match, make it a tag until she's ready. I'm just saying. Britt Baker had her moment, saying now because of this match, because Jade won, she goes up in rank. And she's still going for the ranking of AEW to prove that she is the top, the best, the trendsetter, the greatest of the women's division. I still don't like her character, but I will not take anything away from her ring work. I truly believe her character, as it is for me personally, because I'm sure everyone else likes it, it doesn't work. It does not work for me. If you're saying you are Britt Baker, DMD, then act like you're a damn dentist and try to pull some damn teeth out of someone's face. I don't care about you being a trendsetter or the role model. I want you to be a freaking dentist and rip someone's teeth out of their face or try to knock them out of their mouth. When she first started, she had it. She was a dentist saying clearly, I'm going to knock your teeth out of your mouth and then make you pay to get them put back in. That's just me. Miro had his moment getting upset at Sabian, saying, where are you? Ever since our match, I haven't seen you. But you know what? Forget you. If you don't want to show up, fine. But you better not get in my way because I'm coming after the title. For the TNT title. For the world title. For any title that's here. I'm telling you right now. I'm coming for you. Fear me. That sounds good. But does it mean anything? Remember, we're still talking about Miro, who's in mid-card right now. And unless they're really going to book him, it doesn't really mean much unless he's going after Sabian and Penelope Forbes. Because I think that's what he's got to do first. He's got to get rid of his friend to prove that he's cold-blooded and that he could be taken seriously. That's what it's going to come down to for me personally. Now, Statlander versus Amber Nova. Someone I haven't seen in a while. So on Impact, I loved Amber Nova. She had something. I liked her. She's damn cute. Why does she have to be in her 20s? Couldn't you be in your damn 30s? Early to mid 30s? Wouldn't you look at me? Please. Do I sound desperate? Yes. Anyway, was it a good match? Yes. It was a good match. And it's different than the way Statlander used to be. She's way more aggressive, which is actually a good thing. She has gone away mostly from the alien gimmick. Mostly. She's still acting like an alien. Still doing the boop on the nose. But she's different now. She's willing to talk now. Before she didn't talk. You can see during the match, she didn't talk at all. She was aggressive. She just took the head off of Amber Nova and then defeated her. And afterward, as the match was over and the best friends came to the ring to greet and hug her, you can see her talking to the camera. She is talking now. And also, you guys tell me below, is it my imagination or is she very, very attached to Orange Cassidy? Interesting. She wants approval from Orange Cassidy. Not from Chuck, not from Trent. Cassidy. When he's trying to raise her hand, he only does it halfway. She wants him to raise her hand. She's not asking for Chuck to do it. She's not acting that she needs Trent to do it. She wants Cassidy to do it. So where do you think they're going there? I'm just saying. All right. It's interesting to see Dash Hardwood go up against a Chris Jericho and having the Iron Mike Tyson, the Brooklyn True Brawler, other than the Brooklyn Brawler, at ringside as an enforcer. Was this a good match? Wasn't bad at all. Was not bad at all. I'll say I enjoyed it to the point where you see both sides try to bend the rules and Tyson presented them. You can see the Inner Circle coming out at one point. Then you see the Pinnacle coming out at one point, beating up on one another. And eventually you get a Judas effect. Oh, first you see Wheeler get his face knocked in. Well, get his shit kicked in with a punch from a Mike Tyson. And then you get a Judas effect from the Inner Circle champion of the everybody, Chris Jericho. The question's going to be how far they're going to go. Now, you did see the opening of Dynamite where you see MJF tried to pay off a Mike Tyson to basically turn, look, don't look. Here's a check. Here, just don't look. That's what he was doing. The question's going to be this for me. How far are they going to go in Blood and Guts? Is Mike Tyson going to still be involved up to Blood and Guts? And will he be involved after Blood and Guts? Because, like I said, he's now an auxiliary member of the Inner Circle. And I do believe, even though he doesn't have the same star power he did in the 90s, does not mean that he can't still contribute to All Elite Wrestling, to the Inner Circle, and to be honest, as a fan, to enjoy himself. He's got to be getting a kick out of this, guys. I mean, the WWE called him in a couple of times, and then they gave him the ring. But what does that mean? He's a wrestling fan. And instead of working with him and doing maybe 1 or 2 matches with the WWE, maybe Chris will go like, well, I'm going to do better than with the WWE. I'm going to see if he's willing to work with us and have some points, even if he doesn't do it every day. Maybe once in a while he comes out, he stays in the back, we hire him, he stays in the back. Sometimes he comes out, has fun with us, works with us, does some matches with us, and that's it. And people will recognize that a real celebrity, a legend, is a part of us. That's just me. You tell me below if you feel that Iron Mike Tyson should be a part of this, or am I a nut thinking, well, we're not supposed to really have this. We're supposed to have this as a sport, not another WWE celebrity crap. Tell me how you feel. We got, what is the guy named? Cole Cooper, I think. I can't remember his name. You got Jobber versus Anthony Ogogo. This is where it gets interesting when it comes to QT Marshall and his factory. You now have Anthony Ogogo. This is what I get for not watching sports anymore. Where he basically annihilates the guy. He gives the guy just one hit to the gut and he's done. He's down on the ground. He can't move. He's finished. And they stop the match. He's done. What does this mean for QT Marshall? I don't know. You got what to do with them. You got nearly 9 or 10 factions in AEW. There's so many factions. It's so hard to really get. How can I say this? 3 or 4 factions would have been more than enough for the show. You got nearly 10. And that's 3-men factions as well as more than 3. 4, 5, and 6. And the problem here is with his faction, it feels like it's buried. It's at the bottom. Unless they're going to start making him come up, it's going to be very interesting if it's going to work. Because with so many different factions, you got FTR, Inner Circle, Jurassic Express. Now with QT Marshall, the Nightmare Family, you got Dark Order. You got, what else do you have? You got at least another faction. You got the Hardy Family Office. I don't remember if there's anybody else. There's probably another one. I can't remember right now. There's so many damn factions. There are too many factions in AEW and not enough singles wrestlers. And with QT Marshall, unless that's not a faction, it's a faction. It's just going to be at the very bottom. Finally, a made man. I think that's the best way to say it. For a Darby Allin. You have Matt Hardy versus Darby Allin for the TNT title. I'll say this. The Falls Count Anywhere match was good until you had everyone and their mother come out. You had the Inner Circle come out. No, not the Inner Circle. The Dark Order coming out to help against the family office. And then you got Archer coming out. Then you had Sting coming out. And it was a huge mess. It would have been better if it just stayed those two. That was just for me personally. I understand why they did it, because in most cases, when you do a Falls Count Anywhere and you got 2 factions, it eventually happens. Yes. But in this case, this is supposed to get over Darby Allin. Darby Allin is supposed to become a next hardcore wrestler. Like I've said, he is the next coming up Mick Foley. The person that needs to come in and step to Darby Allin isn't Sting. It's Mick Foley. Mick Foley to me is the be-all, end-all of hardcore wrestlers. And if it's not going to be Terry Funk, it's got to be Mick Foley. He needs to come to AEW. And just on television, he says to everyone, I can't give him the accolades I would like who I was in my former personas, because, let's be honest, I don't own them in that respect. But I can say this to you. You, Darby Allin, are the next coming of myself. I anoint you as the next Mick Foley. Puts his hand on his shoulder and says, you are now the next version of me. I want you to show them what a real hardcore wrestler can become. That is what I think Darby Allin truly needs. Next to this match. Because, of course, Mick Foley can't go in the ring anymore. He's done. He's got a hip replacement. If he starts messing... No, I think he got 2 hip replacements. If he does, he'll shatter those suckers and never walk again. But you get my point. He needs Mick Foley's approval. He needs his endorsement. That's what I think. Because Matt Hardy just gave him his endorsement. By that match, it was truly to show how tough he is. And when you saw almost the ending of the match, where you finally see Darby Allin almost getting destroyed, but then he managed to rally his back, grabs the bat of Sting, nails Matt Hardy multiple times with it, puts him on the commentary table, climbs up on the scaffold, and I believe I got the shot, it's in my face, of him diving, coffin dropped, and I think I'm going to let myself see myself like this, and destroys Matt. Hopefully he's alright, because that was a hard hit Matt took. He won the match. He keeps his title. And he shows how hardcore he is. So Matt Hardy has endorsed him as one of the toughest ass wrestlers there is. But to truly be the true hardcore wrestler he could become, he needs Mick Foley's endorsement on AEW Dynamite. Now the question is Mick Foley currently hired by WWE? If he is, he's never going to be able to do it. They will not let him. Unless there's some type of deal between Tony as well as Vince, it's not going to happen. I'm just hoping Mick Foley's not working with the company right now so he can go over there and then do it and really, really give him what he truly needs. His endorsement of his second coming. But this is just me. Have a good day. Have a good day. Oh, the next Gump Report should come out tomorrow morning. Just around morning or afternoon before Impact comes out. My gosh, tomorrow I have to upload my Gump Report, go to see my doctor for physical therapy because I still go. And then I got to get home and then do Impact. I got such a loaded, I love it, but damn, that's a lot of work. Peace. I hope you're enjoying it.